You smell that?
Nature's most powerful aphrodisiac.
Leaving right after this drink. Rock and roll, whiskey, and other stories. With your host, Brian Shaw.
Cheers. Oh, yeah. You guys know I love me some Gentleman Jack in tonight's episode. Welcome to episode number 16 of I'm Leaving Right After This Drink. Rock and roll, whiskey, and other stories. So it is Sweet 16, baby. Episode number 16. I have no idea what that means, but for some reason it seems like it should be some sort of milestone. But it is what it is. And the first thing I need to talk about is, other than why I'm here, of course I'm here, just talking about people that I met over the years in the entertainment business, as I spent about 20 years in radio and television. And so I just like to tell stories about some of those folks that I met, maybe some things that happened, over the years, just with friends or whatever the case may be. And we like to keep these things under about 20 minutes because, listen, you don't know who the fuck I am, and you don't want to hear me talk for a super long time, and I don't even want to talk for a really long time. I'm just happy to be here and share a story and have a drink with you. But the first thing I need to get to tonight is this. I guess maybe it's the second thing I need to get to. Podcast t-shirts now available on TeePublic. So haven't quite got it all figured out yet, but I'm going to put the URL in the description of the video so you guys can snag one. And of course, they're priced to move because we are around holiday season. I'm not even here to make money on them. I just want you guys to have them and wear them around, and people will go, "What's that?" And you go, "It's a cool podcast I listen to." Or it's just some jackass who's telling stories and I happen to, watch it. Either one, whatever works for you, works for me. You know what I'm saying? So again, here we are, episode 16. And man, I'm just trying to think what's gone on over here the last few weeks. I guess it's been, 3 or 4 weeks now. Went and saw my buddy Gary Hoey. He's out doing his Ho Ho Hoey tour out for the holidays, as he always does. And of course, he's got his rock and roll fantasy camp thing going as well. So a lot of stuff going on in Gary's world. But if you ever get a chance to go see this dude perform live, you should definitely do so, man. Gary is a phenomenal guitar player and definitely ranks right up there with our guitar heroes of Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, and all those great guitarist of our lifetime. And super fun, tells some great stories around the holidays and when he was growing up and things like that. And it just makes for a great holiday show to kind of get you in the holiday spirit. And it was also great catching up with Gary. Of course, me and Gary have known each other now probably about 25 years, and always good to catch up with him when he's on the road and stuff. What else is happening? I'll tell you what else is happening. AC/DC tour in the United States. Finally. It's been a long ass time since those guys hit North America, and got my tickets. Let me just tell you a little bit about the buying experience here in 2024. As most of us know, Ticketmaster, big scam with the fees and all that bullshit. I don't really care about that. I mean, I do, because it ended up adding on like an extra $160 or something to my purchase, which was absolutely insane. Because you think, oh shit, for 4 tickets, $480 or whatever, not bad. No, then we hit checkout and boom, there's the fees and over $600 in fees. I mean, total, not over 600 in fees. Sorry, bear with me here. We're, a few in, as it's, a nice relaxing evening. So anyhow, so AC/DC. Tickets go on sale at noon. And I logged in about 12:05, 12:10, something like that. And I was the 51,000th in queue. I don't even know how to say 51,000 in queue. I guess that's what it is. It just seems so ridiculous that when you say it, you think you're doing it wrong. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm even going to get tickets. 51,000 in queue? I mean, I don't know. Is that nationwide? Is that Tampa alone? Because I clicked on the Tampa, concert date. So I have no idea what the fuck that really means, but it's AC/DC. So let's get the fuck in line on this one. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of decided, me and a couple friends decided that, you know what? We're going to kind of base this on our ticket price for the Rolling Stones. because the Stones, to me, the greatest rock and roll band ever, and sitting at the very top, a little over $100. I think out the door we paid about $120 for those tickets. So I'm kind of like, you know what? We can kind of, do that for AC/DC. I'm cool. And I'll even sit up top. Don't even care. It's all about the experience of being there to see AC fucking DC, right? Yes. That's exactly what it is. So, 51,000 in queue. Who knows when I'm going to get tickets? But as it turns out, I got my tickets bought and paid for before 1 p.m. How about that shit? Yeah. Suck it, Taylor Swift fans. No crashing on AC/DC. Anyhow, I get in, I call my friend, and I'm like, "Hey, dude," or I'll call my acquaintance, as we like to say. I call my acquaintance and I say, "Hey, man, get out the seating chart." Even though you go to Raymond James Stadium like all the time, and you have for the last I don't know how many years, because you have Buccaneers season tickets. You would think a man like that might know kind of at least the area of his tickets. I was wrong. Because I initially said, "Hey man, why don't we get seats in section like 200 and something?" Those seats are only like 160 or so. But I'm like, remember, once we get all the fees and shit dinged in there, we're probably looking at over $200. So we both kind of agreed, you know what, probably not the best. Let's just go high. Let's just go to the 300 section. Cool. So I'm in, I'm punching in the tickets, I'm clicking around, I'm zooming in, trying to see where the fuck we're at. And I get to the first section. I'm like, "Hey, man, how about 305 or 304 or whatever, something along those lines?" And he's like, "Hang on." I'm like, "Hang on? I don't have time to hang on. It's fucking AC/DC. And tickets are flying out the door. Like, literally, tickets. I'm clicking 4 seats and boom. They're like, "Those tickets are no longer available." I'm like, what the fuck? So he tells me to wait once or twice. And I'm like, "Listen, the next seats I'm buying. You're either in or you're out, whatever." So I go to buy. At that point, I go to buy 4 more, and somehow or another, I hit like the mouse pad, and whoosh, I'm no longer in Ticketmaster. Panic immediately sets in because I'm like, shit. It took me 50 minutes to wait for 51,000 in queue. But I get signed back in real quick. Boom, I'm right back in. Crisis averted. Go back to the section I was in. Boom, boom, boom. Grab 4 tickets. The first 4 in the aisle. Got to have the aisle seats, man. I love that because when I got to get up and go get a drink or go take a piss, whatever. I hate making everybody else get up in the row. So I snagged these 4 tickets. I'm getting ready to hit pay now, and whoop! Suddenly I'm kicked out of Ticketmaster. What? So now I'm kind of freaking out, right? Because now again I'm thinking, shit. So I log back in, and Ticketmaster says, "You can't be logged in right now because I've already logged in." What the fuck is going on? So I got to refresh the page. Now I'm like 45 in queue. What the fuck? But boom, boom, super quick, right from 45 to next in line. Here I am. So, no problem. Crisis averted a 3rd time at this point. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm grabbing these 4 tickets. He's like, "Oh, I think those are the seats we sit in around for the football games." Cool. We're all the way in the far corner, which is no big deal. I'm totally cool with sitting up top. As I mentioned, it's all about the experience of being there. I've seen AC/DC a couple times in my life already, but you know what? I'm thinking this could be the last hurrah for this band. And I know we've been saying that about the Rolling Stones since like 1991 or something like that, and they're still doing it. So who really knows? Of course, in 1991 they were only like 50. And now AC/DC is definitely getting up there. I don't know if you've seen pictures of Angus Young or not, but man, this guy, of course, was never in the good-looking part of the world. He's always been kind of an ugly guy, but man, now that he's old, he's definitely looking kind of haggard. And but anyhow, it's Brian Johnson and Angus Young and the rest of the guys, and it's going to be fucking fantastic because again, it's AC/DC. We can argue about who's the better frontman, Bon Scott or Brian Johnson. Of course, most of us were not around to see Bon Scott perform live, but we can look at the old footage that's out there. We can also listen to the great music of Bon Scott. And in my opinion, Bon Scott is the better singer of the two. It's kind of like the old Van Halen debate. Who's better, Sammy or Dave? Of course, we all know it's Diamond Dave. But that's where we are right now. I'm excited about going to see AC/DC. And yeah, even though we're going to be at the very top, I'm good. It's going to be an awesome fucking time. I can't wait to talk about the show. Of course, it's the only Tampa date. I know that I think the Rose Bowl show is sold out. So I'm sure there's definitely other dates that have been sold out at this point. But this is where I got a good laugh in on my friend because he wanted to buy tickets, but the Rose Bowl was shut out and or sold out, I should say. And like I said, a few too many in. But guy was making fun of me for being cheap because I only wanted to spend $100 and something on AC/DC. Listen, I have spent my money on good tickets for awesome bands. And I was lucky enough to see a lot of bands for free because of being in the radio and TV business. But, you know, these days I've seen everybody already. So why do I want to spend this fucking ridiculous amount of money anymore? But it is what it is. We all decide who we're going to spend that money on. And of course, nowadays you got all those big festivals and shit going on, you know, Rockville and, you know, whatever else is out there that are 3-4 days. These tickets are, you know, $300-$400 and shit like that. And you know what? I just can't even do a festival anymore. Like I won't even think about doing a festival date. So anyhow, AC/DC here in Tampa on May 16th. I'm totally stoked to go and see this show. It's going to be an awesome time. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. So, to end this in the most cheesy way I possibly can, for those about to rock, I salute you. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, this one's going to be a quickie, man. You got to have a quickie here every now and then, right? Gets us through the day. Bow, bow, bow. Hey, anyhow, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys click the link in the description to go and get yourself a t-shirt. Like I said, they're priced to move. I just want to see the logo get out there for the, you know, the 10 people that watch this. Grab a shirt. Thanks for tuning in. Always appreciated. Please keep sending your emails and feedback and show ideas and all that kind of good shit. And I will get to it because as we wind things down for the end of the year, going into 25, we're going to be doing some cool shit. I promise. Thank you. And cheers. And thank you, Jack Daniels. I salute you. I'm sorry. Like, I can't help it. We're done.
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. You dig?
God bless the internet.